after I left Texas Monthly, I started writing for Rolling Stone, and I never felt that it was a good cultural fit for me. I mean, people read Rolling Stone for reasons other than my articles, and I I always wanted to write for the New Yorker, and I'd had the opportunity to write a story about Ross Perot.
Hmm.
Uh, I did two. One was in the New York Times Sunday magazine, and then Tina Brown was uh, at Vanity Fair, and she was trying to get me to write for her there, and then she became the editor of the New Yorker. So the month after she became editor of the New Yorker, she called me to write another Ross Perot article, and I did, and it was my first article in the New Yorker. It was you know a lifetime ambition fulfilled, and but Rolling Stone had offered me a contract, and they also invited me up to New York for I don't remember, it was the 15th or 20th anniversary of the magazine, dinner at the Four Seasons. And so uh, I went up to New York and I met my editor at the New Yorker, and just before going over to the Four Seasons. And so she said, well, we'd like for you to write more for us. And I said, oh God, I'd love to do that. But Rolling Stones offered me a contract, and I need that kind of financial stability. And she said, well, let's see what we can do about that. And a couple hours later, I had a contract with the New Yorker. And so that point, I walked over to the Four Seasons, and this is before cell phones. So there was a public phone by the men's room, and I called my wife and I said, Roberta, guess what? I've got a contract to write for the New Yorker. And she said, well, if that's what you want. I said, do you know me at all? What do you? So then I went upstairs and presented myself at the dining room, and they said, you're not on the list. I said, really? And he said, you're on the list for a drink afterward. But you can wait in the bar. So I sat in the bar, and one other person was at the bar who had been rejected from the dinner. That was JFK Jr. So we were sitting at the bar, uh, shamefaced because we've been downgraded, and or maybe we had never been upgraded. We just didn't know what our status was until it was made evident. And then suddenly the door to the dining room burst open, and out comes Hunter Thompson with his cigarette holder, and Keith Richards on his shoulder, and he shoulders into the bar between me and JFK. And I said, and Hunter is writing something just furiously, which is, and I said to Keith, what's going on? And he said, oh, Jan disgraced the man. You know, Hunter had a portrait of Jan that he took out and shotgunned and sprayed goat blood all over it. And then he was giving it to Jan for the occasion. And Jan said, can't give me that because I'm sitting with Yoko Ono. Oh, God, get me out of here. I just said, I'm so far away from that kind of world. And so anyway, the New Yorker has been a very happy home for me for 30 years now.